Hi everyone. The next few examples are all from AA.5 on IXL. Yours may have different numbers, but the questions should be similar, so hopefully these examples will help you. This question says the radius of a circle is 3 yards. What is the circle's circumference? So if you remember, whenever we are looking for the circumference, the first thing we do is write the formula. So my formula for circumference is that C is equal to pi times diameter, or C equals pi times D. We remember this formula because cherry pie is delicious. Next thing I'm going to do is substitute in. So we don't know what C is equal to. It tells us over here that we need to use 3.14 for pi. So I'm going to plug that in. And we're going to multiply that by the diameter. This picture gives us the radius, which is only halfway across the circle. In order to find the diameter, we need to know what it is all the way across, which is twice the radius, so the diameter is equal to 6. I'm going to plug that in here. I'm going to multiply 3.14 times 6, and when I do that on my calculator, I get 18.84 yards, and that's what you would plug in here. All right. The second example says the circumference of a circle is 18.84 meters. What is the circle's diameter? So this one is a little bit tricky because it's asking us to go backwards. It already gives us the circumference, and we need to figure out the diameter. So we actually have to do a little bit of algebra here. We're going to start by writing C is equal to pi times D, and then we're going to plug in what we know. So we know that the circumference is 18.84. And we know that pi is 3.14, and we don't know the diameter, so we leave it as D. Now this should look like an equation that you know how to solve. You're going to divide both sides by 3.14 in order to get D by itself. These cancel because it's a 1 pair, and when you divide 18.84 divided by 3.14 into your calculator, you should get 6. So our diameter here is 6 meters. The third example tells you that the radius of a circle is 4 millimeters, which is also labeled here. What is the circle's diameter? Well, radius is equal to either half of the diameter or the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. Those mean the same thing, right? So 2r equals d, or r is equal to 1/2 d. You can plug it in either way. So if the radius is 4, 2 times that would be 8. So our diameter is 8 millimeters. One more example. This one doesn't give you a diagram. So I would suggest that you draw your own diagram. So it tells us the radius of a circle is 6 miles. So we know we're dealing with a circle. And it tells us that the radius, which is halfway, is 6 miles. Then it asks us, what is the circumference? So I'm going to write the formula. And then I'm going to plug in. So we have C is equal to, it tells us to use 3.14 for pi, times the diameter. This problem gave us the radius, so I need to find the diameter, which is 2 times the radius. So the diameter is 12. I'm going to plug that 12 in here. When I multiply 12 times 3.14 on my calculator, I get 37.68. So 37.68 miles is my answer.